For this season's broadcast, the Chiefs assembled the dynamic duo of NFL Network's Paul Burmeister and former Chiefs signal caller Trent Green. Now, although there is a lot that goes into each broadcast, and at times it may seem a little complicated, I recently caught up with the man that makes it look so easy. All right, Chiefs fans, well, you may recognize this guy right beside me from being on the field as our quarterback, but now he spends most of his time up in the booth with our preseason production team. Trent, tell me a little bit about what you're doing now and how does it feel to be part of this preseason production?
Well, I'm excited. This will be my third season with the Chiefs, covering the preseason, but this year we added a new play-by-play guy, Paul Burmeister. He's doing a great job. We work well together. Paul and I had worked for a couple years together at NFL Network. He has a background as a quarterback. He was a quarterback in college at the University of Iowa. So we get that quarterback talk going, and it's a lot of fun for us. It's the Chiefs started off the preseason really well. We're excited about and expecting a good season out of the team, and it makes our broadcast that much better.
How do you prepare leading up to the broadcast?
Well, there's a lot that goes into it. First off, you have to understand the rosters. You know, this year the NFL decided that instead of an 80-man roster, now it's a 90-man roster. So you need to know everybody that's on the Chiefs team, figure out what schools they're from, what background. It's nice to have stories about each of them. If they happen to get into a game, some of the guys are at the bottom of the roster. If they happen to get into the game and they make a play, it's nice to know where they're from, what college they went to, maybe a background story about them. So you try and do as much research as you can. You go up to practice. I tried to make as many as I could, and then go from there. You talk to them, you talk to the coaches, you talk to the personnel people, talking to Scott Pioli, and trying to figure out what direction the team's heading.
So what does this broadcast offer fans? Why should Chiefs fans watch it?
Well, I think there's a lot that it brings. First off, we get to sit in on meetings with Scott Pioli. We get to sit in on meetings with Mark Donovan. We get to talk to Romeo Crennel. We get to tell them which players we want to talk to every week, who we want to focus our broadcast on. And so that gives us a lot more insight than what you would normally get from a national feed.
When I came in as a cheerleader in 2003, you were actually our quarterback.
All right.
So I still get a little starstruck because that was a great year. So
it was a good year.
What do you take from being on the field? Any lessons you learned that actually make it easy to do your job now?
Well, I think the thing that and why you see so many quarterbacks do it is because you have to know what everybody's doing out on the field. You have to understand what the protection is, where the running backs are going, what routes the receivers are running, defensively, what the blitzes are, understand all those things. So I think that's why, people ask all the time, why are there so many quarterbacks that get into TV? Well, it's because our knowledge of the game, or really what we're looking at when we're watching a broadcast, is so much broader than an individual specific position.
Well, you guys have gotten some great reviews. Have you heard some things?
Well, it's been great. I live here in town. This is my home. Wife and kids, everybody's in school, so I'm out and about quite a bit, whether it be going to Little League practices, being at the football field, basketball courts, the grocery store, whatever it may be. And fortunately, everything's been really positive. I don't know how brave people are to come up and tell you the negative stuff, but I've been in this town long enough. I know if there's something to be said, they'll let me know. But everything's been real positive. I think the thing is that people enjoy the combination of Paul and I working together. I think the fact that we make it very conversational. I think when people are listening, they're not only listening, to us talk football, which I think is a relaxed setting, the way we work together. So I think people feel comfortable with that. But I think there's a lot of knowledge they're getting. I think the fact that Paul has a football background, that I have a football background, and that we maybe see the game in a different way than most people do, than most fans do, and hopefully that comes across in the broadcast, that we can give some insight into the game that they may not necessarily see. We do a good job with the production, we do a good job with the highlights, we do a good job with the graphics. It has really gotten better, and I think people enjoy that. And all the feedback I've gotten in all these different stops around town has been real positive.